In order to prevent the crocodile from escaping into the water, there are really just two reliable shots, the brain and the spine. But after the shot, motion is absolutely inevitable, and both of those shots are now impossible. So it's also important to understand the shoulder heart shot for the follow-up. Brain shot. The crocodile has small scaly projections called horns that are just behind and slightly above the eyes. From the side, the walnut-sized brain is located just in front of and below the horns at about a 45-degree angle. Obviously, the shot must be adjusted if at any angle from broadside, and if the crocodile is facing, the brain lies directly between and slightly below the eyes. A facing away shot is almost impossible unless circumstances are such that the shooter, perhaps from a high bank, is slightly above the crocodile. In that case, the brain is directly between and below the horns. Even on a very large crocodile, the skull is fragile, so while the goal is to center the brain, an expanding bullet that passes very close will probably achieve the desired result.
Not shooting.
Yeah.
Not shooting.
Spine shot. This shot is actually preferred by some professional hunters because it's relatively easy to visualize, but a broadside presentation is almost essential. When the crocodile is lying down, the spine is almost in the vertical center of the body. From the side, you can see the mouth and the curve of the jowl behind the mouth. Stay even with this line and shoot a few inches behind the smile. This shot will sever the spine at or near the base of the skull. This shot is impossible from the front and from the rear, but if the shooter is in an elevated position and the crocodile is facing away, the spine offers a simpler and more visible target than the brain. Shoot directly in the center, just behind the head. Shoulder heart shot. Since crocodiles are reptiles, the success of the brain or the spine shot may not be immediately apparent. You can expect a lot of thrashing, and at this point there's so much movement that trying the brain or the spine again is almost impossible. So now you need to work the action immediately and go for the shoulder heart shot. The right place to shoot is right at the base of the shoulder, central on the body. Now this shot is not going to immobilize the crocodile, but it might prevent its escape. Brain shot. Viewed frontally, the hippo has a triangular depression right between the eyes. This is the target. A shot to the center of that triangle will center the brain. From the side, the brain shot's more difficult to visualize. Draw a line from base of ear to corner of eye and shoot for the center of that line. The hippo skull is surprisingly thin and fragile, especially from the front, so neither large caliber rifles nor heavy bullets are essential. The problem is that if the brain shot fails, body shots must be taken, and these require both non-expanding solid bullets and powerful rifles. The shoulder heart shot in a hippo is really no different from almost any other animal on Earth, and it's confused only by the sheer size and bulk of the animal. On a broadside presentation, visually divide the animal into horizontal thirds. Come up the center of the foreleg, 1/3 into the body. With a non-expanding solid, this shot will break the shoulder and penetrate through to the top of the heart or the major vessels leading to the heart. Lung shot. The hippo is too aggressive and too prone to charge to recommend this shot, but it's essentially the same as with all other animals. With a broadside presentation, come up the rear line of the foreleg, 1/3 to 1/2 into the body. Hippos are extremely aggressive, and their razor-sharp tusks can cut a man in half with a single bite. So if a hippo charges, it means business and has to be stopped. If the mouth is closed, then you can see that triangle in the center of the forehead, and that remains your aiming spot. But often they come with their mouth open and those teeth flashing. And if that's the case, then you have to fire down that gaping mouth, and that shot's going to sever the spine at the base of the skull. Hey, powerful rifles are essential.